This is my first time making a podcast while a cat bites my nipples. Please ignore the random yelping you might hear. So it has been 7 months since I last time made a podcast, and it's calling this a podcast. So what happened? Why have I been silent? Well, I have mastered the Goetia and the magic of King Solomon, and I have been integrating the process. Oh, there she goes. I've been integrating the process. Like right now, a cat is biting me really hard, and it's like I'm aware that there's pain and she's actually drawing blood, but I'm not really bothered. I don't really care. This is not the end result of the process. This is just kind of the consequence of the developing our consciousness, so we're complete masters of our physical, mental, and emotional realms. I'm still in the process of integrating, still integrating my relationships with people, which is kind of the hard point. So I think I've conjured 26, 28, maybe even 30 different spirits. I made videos on this YouTube channel for most of them, but I didn't make videos for a few of them, like Baal, Gap, Belial. Maybe I will in the future, because they were quite intense. So what happens after you master the Goetia? So when we master the Goetia, and we don't need to summon all 72 spirits. Some people only summon one. Summoning 12 of the strongest ones is what is usually advised for high magic. Some people might just summon a few. So going through this process, we understand that all these spirits are simultaneously coming from outside of us, because they're constructed by other people, but they trigger something in us, and that is what we're dealing with. So Baal, for example, is an outside concept that I didn't create, but he still triggers something in me to which Baal represents. And even for people who don't really research into ancient mythology and spirituality, these symbols will still trigger something, but it may not be profound, because they are what we call mundane people. So understanding that everything that we experience is arising from our consciousness, and how we respond emotionally, energetically, and mentally is our own doing. We don't need to be afraid of Satan, because Satan is a part of who we are. Likewise with God. I'm pretty sure the devil is in my living room right now, because my cat is going absolutely crazy and my arm is bleeding while I'm making this podcast. Oh, getting a street cat as a familiar has been a very interesting experience I have to make about it, because she is absolutely devilish. She's absolutely cut me to pieces. Sorry, getting distracted with the devil attacking me. So after getting complete command over physical pain, emotional pain, and still mastering thoughts, What happens is these pathways we open up in our mind allow us to have direct knowledge with our higher guardian angel, and our higher guardian angel then tells us what our unique life purpose on this planet is. And anyone in marketing business will tell you, to succeed, we need to have a unique selling point, right? If you've got a business and you want to succeed, well, sure, you can copy anyone, and farms and shops always do well, but we need a unique selling point. Like, why do business with me and not the other person? Well, we have to master and be good at something. The problem with going through that process in school is that as children or as teenagers or young adults, we tend to find our life purpose like we're taking an exam, and we just want to come up with an answer that works. And it may not actually be our true purpose. Whereas going through using the Goetia and the Magick of Solomon to find the life purpose, we receive the answer as opposed to create it ourselves. And it is quite a profound experience. I literally saw a gigantic angel come down and enter my body. I found my angel's name, and I found my purpose in life. And when we find our purpose in life, the whole point of having a life purpose is that it makes struggle worthwhile. So I first started talking to my higher guardian angel directly. This was last year, and I still continued with the Goetia anyway. But now I don't summon any spirits directly, because the point I am at the moment is that I'm crossing what they call the abyss and reaching a state of mind where I just let go, receive everything my experience as a conversation between me and the divine directly. So I don't need to summon spirits. I have personally battled Satan and defeated him. So all good in that front. And no, I'm not a black magician. Not really a white magician. I'm all about the middle pillar, combining both energies and unifying consciousness with the body. Heaven and earth together, all is one. Which is why the method of summoning spiritual Goetia I used involved a protection spell, an exorcism, and then summoning the spirit, is because that practice reminds us that we can't just banish spirits, evil thoughts, bad vibes with our willpower. And I've reached a point where I can just do the ritual internally, sitting down without creating a physical altar. So I'm quite content to call myself a master of the Goetia. Am I a master templi? Well, I'm definitely a master of my own temple, but I still have a bit to go in completing my life purpose. Because going after a life purpose doesn't necessarily mean that we succeed. It just means struggle and failure are easier to tolerate. And my arm scratched to pieces by the cat, and I'm actually bleeding. It's easier for me to tolerate, because this is all moving towards my life purpose. And I started studying a completely different field, a completely different career and profession. And I'm now doing training with a gigantic sized international corporation. And hopefully soon I will then have the power to complete my life purpose. So I hope my little ramble was useful to you. Like I said, doing protection spells, an exorcism, mastering the Goetia, learning the nature, the name of a higher guardian angel, learning our life purpose, and moving into that flow state where we no longer need any tools, rituals, or techniques to experience all as one divine and ourselves. Do what thou will shall be the whole of the law.